we create a sample, okay, MVC app. This is step number one. Step number two, we'll try to add entity framework libraries. Three, we will try to configure DB context dependency injection, and we will try to create sample CRUD based controllers. Okay, this is what our target. And from tomorrow, I will be explaining how this controller works, how this CRUD operations are being handled by these people. What is this entity framework is all about? What is this entity framework? How do we work with entity framework? What is a model? What is a DB context? What is a DB set? Okay, how model attributes are written, how model validations have been taken place, and then from a view, okay na, from a view to the controller, if you wanted to pass data, how many ways you can pass data from client to controller, how many ways are there to pass the data, and we will be learning all of them step by step. Okay na? Clear, right? Okay, now we have already RLMs with all possible data in it. I'll try to create an application here. Now, first of all, I'll go to my workspace and then I'll try to clean this up. I have so many projects in it. పనికొచ్చి పనికిరాని చాలా ఉన్నాయి, ఇవన్నీ తీసేస్తాను నేను ఫస్ట్. ఓకే, ఇది మనదే కదా, వెళ్దాం. ఓకే, film concept, I'll remove this. 9am concept, I'll keep it. Loan app web API personal. ఈ ఏందో నాకు అర్థం కాదు, ఈ ఒకసారి కూర్చొని క్లీన్ చేసుకోవాలి నేను. Alright, I have removed unnecessary stuff. Okay, so here I'll try to create a new project. Now the project I'm looking at is an MVC project. Okay, na? ASP.NET Core Web App, which is of type Model View Controller. I'll click on Next. So our web application, I have already created VCube MVC app and I have deleted it. I'll call this LMS MVC app LMS. Okay, you can call this MVC app in LMS and click on Next. You can take long-term support project and you can configure HTTPS or you can skip this if you want. It's up to you. Let's configure HTTPS so that last May, when we learn security, you will be working with this. And then don't go for container support. We will be learning Docker at a later stage, not now. Okay, so these top level statements are nothing but using statements, so we will be using so many necessary things, so let them have the top level statements and then click on create. Okay, this will be applied on close. Okay, now look at the solution explorer. The major difference here is you have two folders: controllers, models, and views, M, V, and C. Unlike previously, where we have .aspx pages directly outside, we do not have such kind of facility. Outside, what we have is application settings.json file. I will be showing you how do we touch this. Currently, I'm not touching. And I am having program.cs. Let me show you the program.cs file. This is how he looks like. This is the starting point of my application. Program.cs. In any application also, program.cs that contains public static void main is the starting point, right? So here also in MVC, this is the starting point. Guys, ఒక్క నిమిషం ఉండండి. ఇప్పటి నుంచి నాకు కాల్స్ వస్తున్నాయి. ఒక్కటే కాళ్ళు అందరు చేస్తూ ఉంటారు డ్యూ గురించి. సిరి తీసే ఉంది నాన్న. ఒక్క నిమిషం. సిరి చాక్లెట్ ఉన్నాడు చూడు అక్కడ. చాక్లెట్ ఉన్నాడు చూసుకో. Okay, now, so this program.cs is the starting point of our program execution. Now, look at the piece of code that it has got. It starts with creating a builder, okay, na? Where builder is equals to web application dot create builder with the arguments. Now, currently, I'm not supplying any arguments. If you have public static void main string args, right? If at all any arguments are supplied, it will take the arguments and will try to create this builder. After this builder is being created, we will try to add him all the services. Like I am adding a service called, there is a collection of services. Okay. If you see these services, he has got so many methods. One of such method is add controllers with views. By calling this method, it will go and search views and controllers, whoever are there in the folder, and load all of them into the application. Okay, na? Listen carefully. When you say add controllers with views, this candidate will go and search both of these folders and links all the views to corresponding methods of the controller and load all the controllers into these services. And then I am creating an application using this builder by calling a method build. Chocolate? No. No. Then guys, ఒక్క నిమిషం ఉండండి. చాక్లెట్ ఇక్కడ అక్క రూమ్ లోకి వెళ్తున్నా చూడు. ఓకే, సారీ. చాక్లెట్ గడ వెనకాల మ్యాంగో ఫామ్ ఉంటుంది అక్కడ. సో వాడికి అక్కడ కోతులు వచ్చినా, పందులు వచ్చినా, లేకపోతే వేరే కుక్క పిల్లలు వచ్చినా వీడు పోయి అరుస్తుంటాడు అనమాట. దిస్ ఇస్ మై టెరిటరీ, డోంట్ కమ్ అని చెప్పేసి. వాడు విండో దగ్గర వదిలేస్తే వాడు అరుచుకుంటుంటాడు వాటి మీద. నౌ ఐఎమ్ చెకింగ్ configure the HTTP request pipeline. Look at this, is very important. I'm just checking. Please try to understand. I'm just checking who is my environment. If app.environment.is development, ఇది ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుందంటే, you have this. From here, it will cut. And here, this is the environment. So what is environment? Development environment. Now, if this is a testing environment, I will have another configuration. Okay. Na? So the launch will decide where you are running your application. Are you running it in local or running in testing department, test environment, or you are running it in production environment? Which environment you are running? So this is what it is. Okay. So it will try to load these things. And then the app settings, basically, it will contain configurations that are specific to a particular level. For example, here I can have my connection string. If you say here control spacebar, you can have connection strings. And you can also configure Kestrel web server. We will discuss about different components of MVC also at a later time. But you understand these are connection strings. Now here you will say connection strings again. You can give a connection string if you want. Like you can give a name LMS con string and you can give a value to it. What is that we give as a connection string? You tell me. Server is equals to localhost, right? Initial catalog is equals to LMS and integrated security is equals to true, right? So something like this you will have to give. Okay, so these kind of settings will be given as a part of app settings.json, right? Okay, I have left this one. Currently, I just have left it. Now, I'll come to launch settings. So this is your environment. So in the program.cs, I'm checking if this is environment, app.use exception handled as /home/error. So I have a error page, and then I'm telling that in the home page, there is a page called error. You try to go there. Okay. Now, by default, HSTS value is 30 days. You may want to change this for production scenarios. Okay. So we don't touch this. We don't touch this one. Currently, if you wanted to see what is that, you can go here and then see. HTTP Strict Transport Security Protocol, HSTS, which is basically because we have enabled HTTPS. So the transportation has to undergo within the strict security terms. So the data will be encrypted and will be passed between client and the server. That is called HSTS. Now we have said these things, and then from here, this is middleware. Look at this. Configure the HTTP request pipeline. What is this called as? Please understand. After application is built, to this application, you are setting all of these pipelines. These pipelines are called middleware. What is this called as? Middleware. Okay. Na? What is the first middleware filter I am adding? I am adding a filter as exception handler, and I'm asking it to use strict HTTP request security protocol. Okay. Then I'm adding HTTP redirection. Adds a middleware for redirecting HTTP request to HTTPS. So if this is not there, then HTTP request will come as a HTTP. HTTPS will come as a HTTPS. But you can see in the LAN settings, we have both HTTP as well as HTTPS. And because we have enabled strict security protocol, HSTS protocol we have enabled. We have to ensure that even if somebody is asking for HTTP request like this, we will automatically redirect him to HTTPS. Understood? Na? So remember, that is the meaning of this particular line. Use HTTP redirection. Adds a middleware for redirecting HTTP to HTTPS. Right? What if the request comes in HTTPS? Then he will not do anything. He automatically comes into picture if the request type is a HTTP, and he will force it to be converted to HTTPS. Then use routing. Now this one is a middleware. Let me explain. Adds a routing middleware to specified application builder. What he will do? He returns a reference of the instance after operation has been completed. Basically, he will do routing to this one. Whatever the route you have, to that he will be routing your request. So he will understand what is the URI you are looking at, what is the controller name you are looking at, and automatically routes your request to that candidate. And then use authorization. Ideally, if you are using security, you will have to add app.use authentication also before this. Currently, we are not implementing any security concerns, so it has only authorization. And then we have map the static assets. What is static asset? If at all you have any images, if you have any JSON, or if you have any JavaScript, or if you have any CSS, these are called static resources here. Those static assets will be mapped here. Okay, now after that, I am adding a controller route. I'm saying the default, when you run this project, the default route should be to the home controller loading the index page. Now, what is the home controller? Let me see. So this is the home controller who extends controller. So who is this controller? He is available from base class of Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.MVC.Controller. Let me see this candidate. I'll try to open this candidate. Now look at this candidate. He is from controller base. This is an abstract class, a base class for controller base. Now go to controller base if you want. You wanted to see him. Now this is an abstract class, controller base. He has so many, routing data, HTTP request to HTTP response, HTTP context. These are all the properties he has got. We will be using them all. Now, by extending this candidate, we have our controller. Okay, na? This is our controller. Let me take you through. This controller has so many methods. He has a view back, which we will get. View data, we can get as well as set. Temp data, we can set a JSON, we can get a JSON, on action executed. All of them are there. Okay, view is which returns a view result. So we will be calling this method. We will be supplying a view name, and we will be supplying a view with model, or we will be supplying a view with view name as well as model. So all these we will be using on a regular basis. Okay. Now, when you say return view, this method is taken from controller class. View method, when you try to return it, by default checks this method name, and it will go and search for a view with the name of this method. By default, if this is home controller, then in the views folder there will be a folder called home, which is name of the controller, this one. In this folder you will have a view which is matching with this one. Okay, which is matching with the method name. Okay, so here I will try to, for example, I wanted to return a view. Let's say public I action result. Okay, now hello. I wanted to return something like hello. Now here I will say add a view. You can straight away say return view. Now, first of all, you are returning a view. To this view, you can pass whatever you want. Now, here you can say view back of name is equals to, or you can say view back dot name is equals to, let's say, Ram. Now, this name I wanted to access from here saying hello to this. Now, if I wanted to return this hello, I do not have a hello here. So I just have to say right click, add a view. It by default gets a razor view. Okay, now it gets a razor view of type MVC, razor view empty. You can write anything if you want. Razor view with or without strongly typable model. This one, an empty razor view. So I would like to add a razor view, which is empty. Now I'll have to give this name as hello. You can see hello is being added. Hello CSHTML. And then here I would like to say H1 hello at the rate view back dot name. Look how simple it is. I'm sorry. I'm trying to embed C# code. Now you can remove this. This is not required. Look at this. This is my okay. Now here also I don't require Control X. I just wanted to say here H1. This is my HTML page. I can write anything as a part of HTML, dynamically binding whatever I wanted to bind. The name I am supplying from controller as Ram, and here in the hello.cshtml I'm saying hello to that name. Okay, Control S. Now what? You just try to run this index.html and call hello. Then it will return a view and it will pass the value called name to that one. And here you are trying to showcase that name. Let me run this. Certificate create చేస్తుంది. Let it create a certificate. Now, because it is running in HTTPS, it is creating a certificate. Okay, ఇది ఇక్కడ run అయింది. Let me see this. This is the welcome page. Now, what is that we wanted? We wanted /home/hello. Look at this. This action that you are looking at, the hello you are looking at, has to be coming from the path of home/home. What is this /home, Ram? Dekho, in the program.cs, you only has given. What is the controller name? Home / whatever the action you wanted to get. Understood, na? So /controller name /action. That is how it will try to fetch and show the data. Now here I said hello, which is in the controller called home. And when I press enter, it will say hello Ram. Hope you understand how you are fetching a view and how you are passing the data to a view. It is a plain HTML page. CSHTML is nothing but a HTML page in which you are embedding a CS file. Clear, na? Understood? Okay. Now what next? Now we will come back to our project and I'll stop. Now it is time for me to add entity framework related stuff. Now please understand. How do I add entity framework related stuff? Dekho, entity framework related stuff requires 3 libraries to be readily available. Okay, so go to dependencies section. Here you have dependencies section, and in which there are framework related dependencies. Okay, I'll just minimize everything here. And I'll try to close everyone here. Apart from program.cs, I'll close everyone. My mistake. Mummy. Okay. I'll keep him like this because I wanted to configure him. Now, what I will do is, in the dependencies, I wanted to add libraries that are specific to entity framework. Note down, please take a pen and paper, note down 3 library names. Okay. So the first library, go here to the tools, okay, and go for NuGet package manager. Here you have a manage NuGet packages for this solution. So for this particular solution, I wanted to add packages. What do you mean by package? Libraries, like using system.io, using system.collections, using system.collections.generic, using system.threading. All of these are called as packages or namespaces. Something like that. We are also adding new package for this particular solution. I'll click this. Here I have, as of now, no packages installed. So I'll go to browse section and I will search for entity framework. Now, it will show you so many libraries, but not all libraries are required for you. In the screen, you can see the last two are SQL Server and tools. Look at the tools. These are ASP.NET, Entity Framework, Microsoft. Come here. Ah, tools. Okay, look at this. Enable these commonly used commands. Adding a migration, bundle migration, dropping a database, getting a DB context, getting a migration, scaffolding a DB context, scripting migration, updating a database. That means whenever you wanted to modify the database, import the database, export the database, all of that can be done using this tools namespace. Now, SQL Server. This is basically a database provider for entity framework code. So if this candidate is not there, then entity framework cannot translate your calls into SQL Server calls. Now, last one is Mr. Core. This is the root package or a root namespace for entity framework, who will supply me DB context and DB set. You can see here in the commonly used things. So he supplies DB context and DB set. Now, without this candidate, nothing can be done. This candidate speaks to the SQL server with the help of SQL server. And both of them, if they wanted to migrate database or to import database, all of that they will do with the help of tools. So these three are important. So I'll choose Mr. Core and I'll select my application and I'll click on install. It will ask me permission. Are you sure you wanted to install this? I say accept. Now this is finished. All right. So you can see a green tick mark here. So scroll down a bit and come to SQL Server and click on install. Accept it. It will also get finished. Okay, great. You will see SQL Server green tick mark. Come to tools, select this and click on install. Now this take a little bit time compared to the previous two extensions. Accept and it is readily available. Okay. Now, after you have installed these plugins, you must build your project. Why you have to build your project? So that these libraries will be loading into their exe version. So let me close this NuGet package manager solution and I'll say here build solution. If at all any errors are there, it will show. If no errors are there, the build will be completed. Build completed. Superb good. Now what? There is something called as NuGet Package Manager console. Go here and then open the console. So there is a command you have to give. Okay, na? What is scaffold db context? This is the command to which you have to supply your connection string followed by space, the library you wanted to use. what is the library you want to use? Look at this. You come to your dependency section. In the packages, you have Microsoft Entity Framework Core SQL Server. Microsoft.entity framework core.sql server. Now I wanted to use this. Say Microsoft.entity framework dot SQL entity framework core dot SQL server. And then where you wanted to get these values, okay na, hyphen hyphen output, where you wanted to get into model, there is a folder called models. Here you can see this models. To this I wanted to bring, okay now this is my output target folder models, and hyphen hyphen force. When I say this, I am forcing it to be replaced. If at all this model already contains classes which are specific to LMS, I wanted to replace. Typically this is the command which we will be using here. Okay, so you will be giving your connection string, and then you will do like this. So I have a clear format of this particular command. I'll try to copy it from here. I will be sharing it with you also. This one, Control C. This. See, look at scaffold DB context space your connection string. Yes or no? Integrated security, encryption false. Even if you can remove this, chalega, but if you keep them, this is okay. I have copied it from SQL Server Management Studio only. Then there is a space, Microsoft.entity framework core.sql server hyphen output directory is models hyphen force. That means if these models already contains any classes which are specific to LMS, please replace them. That is the meaning. Now I'm just giving a sample example. Okay, later on. Okay, now I will, this is MVC LMS only, right? So the previous LMS project, what we have developed using ASP.NET Web Forms, I'm trying to replace the same thing with MVC. I will click on enter. Now, this will take a while. Koncham time తీసుకుంటుంది. It will take a while, and after it will try to import all of the classes over here in the model. What are the classes, Ram? Dekho, manam, what is that we were doing? We were trying to generate models for our database. The way they look, exactly table style, right? Those are created. Those are created for your convenience. You can see them. You have course master. Okay, you can remove this error view model if you want, or you can keep it for time being. Okay, na? You can also remove these views, anything and everything you can remove. But yeah, you can keep it for timing, you can keep it. Now you have LMS context. This is the most important person. This candidate extends database context. Now using database context, he will run commands like save, update, delete, get all of such commands are taken from this DB context. So when you call that command, he will perform. If you say save, he will perform insert query. If you say update, he will perform update query. If you say delete, he will perform delete query, something like that. Now, by default, when your application loads, he will try to bring the complete database in the form of a DB context. Look at this. This is called DB set of customers, DB set of student applicant details, DB set of student master, DB set of test master, DB set of test questions, like this. Now, this is a warning message. You can remove this warning message. Okay. Now here I am connecting to this one. Okay, great enough, fair enough. Okay, Control S. Okay, we will explain this. What is this model creation? All of that we will be going slowly when we come to entity framework. Currently, day one, we have created one first project. Now in the program.cs, I will tell my application to use this LMS context for communicating with the database. So to do that, okay, now to do that, before building this application, I have to add builder dot services dot add DB context. So I wanted to add a database context. What is my database context? I have a database context, LMS. Look at this. What is the name? LMS context. So go there and then choose him. Okay, now I wanted to add this. Now, what I will do, I have to supply him the options such that, okay, now these options are supposed to be given to be using that SQL server. So we have to tell, hey, you have to use SQL server for it. Now I have a command for it. It will say options such that options.use SQL server and get the connection string coming from builder.connection strings. Am I clear? So you can remove all of that and you can simply supply the connection string if you want. It is that simple. Okay. Now options.use SQL server. So you have to say options.use SQL server, which is coming from Microsoft.entity framework. Now, this SQL server has to use one connection string. That's all. So, what is my connection string now? You know what is your connection string? LMS context lo undi chudandi. This is your connection string. Data source, localhost, initial catalog, LMS, integrated security, true. This is your connection string. So, try to get this. Control C and just say here Control V. Control S. Well, I told my application, Anna, before building your application, you try to use this DB context. Then what happens? This DB context will be used by every controller. The application will supply this as a dependency injection. When you say add DB context, register the given context as a service and use this method while using dependency injection in your application, such as with the ASP.NET Core. For applications that do not have dependency injection, consider creating a DB context instances directly. But we wanted this to supply as a dependency from the factory directly. Instead of we creating a new DB context, we will get this context supplied to us. Now, let me create one course master controller. I have a course master, right? I'll try to create a course master controller the way we have created, where we have, adding a new course master, updating, deleting, and editing, getting all of that stuff. So I'll come to controllers and we'll say right click, add a controller. I'm still not writing code. From tomorrow, I will be letting you practice these things in a manual way. Instead of generating automatically, we will generate these things manual. Okay, now for today, I'm generating it with views and entity framework. So in tomorrow, day after tomorrow session, we'll try to generate the same thing manual. We'll comment out whatever the control we have created, and we will try to create the same controller manual and then see how this is working. Okay, so I'm creating a controller with views along with entity framework. When I say click on add, it will ask me, Anna, what is your model class and what is your context class? So my model class is course master and my context class is LMS context. So I'll try to choose here. My model class is course master and when my DB context is LMS context. That's all. By selecting generate views, reference script libraries, use layout page, everything will be set automatically. And the controller name is Course Masters Controller. Look at the name, Course Masters Controller. Click on add. If you remember, this is what I was taking as a part of the demo session. If you remember, I used to tell Ki you hardly write any code and you will generate lot of lines of code using the built-in feature. So this is what I was speaking about. Well, please don't think that I am using GitHub Copilot. No, no, no. I am using the built-in templating facility of Visual Studio, which is generating my controllers along with views and entity. Now you can see here in the views section, there is a new folder added called Course Masters, within which you have create, delete. This is for insert, this is for delete, this is for a single course details, this is for update, and this is for getting all the list of values. Now, I told you, right? How do you pass data? You can pass data using a modal object. This is how I am passing. Now, let me show you how this works. Okay. Now, I'll come to program.cs. Instead of who is running first, see who is running first, home controller is running. Now, I wanted to run course masters. And what is the action I wanted to run? Index. I said controller. So, which controller will run when I run my application? It's not home controller. It will run course masters controller. In this course masters controller, if you see the LMS context, it's supplied automatically by the server, by the application as a dependency injection like this. We are not creating object. We are getting this object from the application context. Okay. Now you can see public async task of action result index return view of await underscore convert course masters dot to list async. We will be discussing all of them in a detailed way from tomorrow onwards. For now, you understand this candidate is trying to return all the list of course masters into view. But while fetching it from the database, if this candidate is busy, he will try to take another request and again put him into wait mode. And when this course list is ready, it will try to return. So that is how async and await will work. So let me run this show. Look, this is the list of courses that I have. Okay, so you wanted to see this course in detail. When you click on this details page, it will bring you details. Now that is a CSHTML which will explain the course details. Now you wanted to edit this, assume. Okay, microservices, Spring AI, REST API, Spring Boot, JPA, Java, JSP, Spring. Here, Core Java, SQL. I wanted to add MySQL here. I'll click on edit and then it will take me to edit mode. So here SQL using MySQL, I said, and I'll click on save. Now you can see SQL using MySQL. This is saved. In fact, if you wanted to go back to database and check, yes, it will still have SQL with MySQL. Okay, now this is when you wanted to delete, it will ask you a warning message. Are you sure you wanted to delete? And if you still wanted to delete, then it will get deleted. Okay, so these are the kind of, if you wanted to create a new, it will take you to create page where you can give a new course, new description, new modules. Let's say I'll try to create test course, test description, test list of modules. Let's say 5-6 months, and I'll click on create. Now, this one, you wanted to delete this, you can go and then click on delete. It will ask you a warning. Are you sure you wanted to delete this page? You just click on delete, he'll get deleted. So all of these pages are straight away generated for you. You did not put any effort either to write any query or to create any HTML view or to write any request handling code in controller. Yes or no? Did you? మీరేమైనా ఎఫర్ట్ పెట్టారా ఇక్కడ ఎవరైనా? అన్ని అదే జనరేట్ చేసుకున్నా. వాట్ హ్యాస్ హ్యాపెండ్? MVC ఈజీగా ఉందా? Did you feel it tough?